software, we're seeing right now live that actually Tim Cook is talking. The annual upgrade to the iPhone is expected to include new camera features, but few big changes, with Apple in a holding pattern until it rolls out 5G phones with faster mobile data speeds next year. Instead, services like the television content featuring the likes of Oprah Winfrey that will compete with Netflix and Walt Disney could take center stage. While the iPhone still makes up more than half of Apple's sales, tonight's event may nudge it off center stage after a decade in the limelight. But let me see if I have on the line our trader Sante Pellegrino. Sante, are you there?
Very well, thank you. It's a pleasure to stay with you.
Thank you for joining me, Sante. We're witnessing right now the Apple event. That's the most important day for the company. How do you explain to our viewers that they're moving from hardware and software to those streaming services? Does it mean that they're not satisfied with the iPhone sales so far?
I think the new integration of intelligent artificial on the new components in the technology is more important, and for this the new technologies can have a big impact on the technologies, on Apple and on the other market players. I think Apple now is ready to approach a new concept of technologies, but a new concept of China commerce, because in the past Apple have some problems about China commerce, some problems from Trump president, from a more player that give a difficult explain to create a new product, respect an Apple. But I think the new Apple 11, it's more aggressive than the other play and the other player, and I think it's a good opportunity for Apple. In the same time, the trend on the stocks, it's very interesting because now it's overbought, and the first level is $2014 for stocks. And it's really interesting because if this resistance price go up, Apple can have a new trend.
Well, that's fantastic. Would you buy the iPhone, or I mean, come on, the smartphone market is extremely oversaturated. Would you personally spend more than 1,000 euros for their new iPhone?
But I think no, because it's not my phone target. I prefer to use another technologies. I prefer to use technologies like iPad. For me, it's more interesting a new iPad model, and I think in this evening Apple presents a new iPad Pro, because iPad is a new approach to use a synthetic workstation and notebook, and this is for me represent a new opportunity for Apple. I think Apple can change a phone mentality and can change an approach to use an iPad.
Exactly. I was about to ask you, what do you think about their new streaming service? Of course, there is Oprah Winfrey. They're a diva, and she is extremely famous, a huge target. On the other side, they're trying to compete with Disney Plus and Netflix. I mean, this is a huge pivot in their policy. What is your opinion regarding their streaming service, and why do you think they're doing such a huge pivot in terms of services?
But I think the market of streaming it's very big, and Apple is interested in this commerce because have more competitor. But I think it's not the first focus commerce for this year. I think Apple want to create a new line of iOS, a software to use Apple, and later can have a good approach to create a good streaming product. This is my personal thing.
Sante, let me ask you one more question. Yesterday we were discussing with my guest that actually Apple and Foxconn were caught breaking Chinese labor laws while making major profits. Do you think it's fair to make major profits while breaking labor law in China?
But I think Apple now is really prepared to approach a new China market. I think this is the big moment to create a good relationship from China and the US, and in particular from Apple and the new China market. But it's important to understand that the China market is not like a USA market, because in China, Apple it's not exclusive phone. And for this, Apple don't have a good approach in the past. Now, I think Apple create a new partnership, create a new purchaser, create a new models to have a good approach in China market.
Let's talk about the tech sector in general. If we have a look at the FANGs, we're witnessing major sell-off today. For all the FANGs, Facebook is down by 0.9%, Amazon 0.6%, Apple is dropping by 0.18%, and Netflix almost 0.9% in the red. Google hovering around the flat line. As we very well know, two of the major companies, Facebook and Google, are under scrutiny investigation, and of course there is competitive investigation and also many other issues for both companies. Do you think we're going to witness a downfall for the tech sector or for the major tech companies?
But it's not a good period for the technology indices, because Nasdaq is now in overbought and come back in the past resistant, and come in the laterally channel that is the channel that Nasdaq have navigation in all August month. The technology is not good now for the trading speculation, because I think now focus is oriented to approach a new economic sentiment, and for this Trump speaks about Fed's interest, because want to expand the USA economics, but now the USA economics not have a good relationship with the other economics, because have an expensive interest rate. And for this Nasdaq SP is no more good than the European index.
Well, that's pretty interesting. So you are advising our viewers not to enter the market with the US tech sector. We should avoid them right now. Is this what you're saying?
Yes, I think yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Sante Pellegrino, independent trader. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, you, and other traders can see this TV.
Thank you. Have a great evening. Well, when we return, we're going to talk about the energy sector, because we saw a major shakeup in the Saudis kingdom, and we're going to delve deeper into this topic. And not only, of course, we're going to follow the US trading session. So guys, stick around.